What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. Today we're talking about a real special fragrance. I received this a couple weeks ago, and yes, to disclose it, this fragrance that I'm going to be talking about was sent to me by the company to review. And again, I've had it for a few weeks to really spend some time with it. Even though it's getting cold where I am now, I've still been wearing it and enjoying it. And I just want to share my thoughts with you guys. And you already saw from the title, the fragrance we're talking about is Elysium. Brand new release from the house of Roja, British house. And I believe they released two versions of this. They released the Parfum version of it, which is a denser concentration, which I have not smelled. And then they have this one, which is the Parfum-Cologne. And the Parfum-Cologne version is really special. I've never really encountered a fragrance like this, but we'll get to that in a second. So real quick, here's the presentation. You know, nice little cardboard box. No, not cardboard, whatever this, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna slide it out. It slides out from the bottom here. And the fragrance sits in this nice little velvety bed of nicheness. Yeah, it's a word. And here's the bottle. This is my first ever Roja bottle that I've even ever touched. I've never seen one in person. I've never been able to test any of them. This is also the first one I've ever smelled. And what a fragrance it is, and what a bottle it is to have in your collection. I want to admire this real quick. I love this color, dark blue gradient down to a lighter color. You have the name of the house there, name of the fragrance, which I love this. It reminds me of this futuristic kind of vibe, but I don't think that's what they're going for. Almost looks like Transformers or something right there. This cap is awesome. Super heavy, definitely metal. You got the insignia on the top there. Signature, same as there on the neck. I just love the design of this. All of them have this design pretty much. And yeah, that's the bottle for you. It's 100 ml. So let's talk about what this smells like. I'm gonna put the opening on my hand just to get it. And check out the spray on this. Oh yes. I love that. You can control the distribution and it puts out a nice atomized amount of juice here. Okay. When it came out, I had heard some things about it. I'd seen some reviews on it. And the vibe that I got was it's kind of a safe fragrance. It's kind of like a niche quality designer fragrance, which I guess no one was expecting from the house of Roja. So I was like, okay, well, it sounds like it smells good at the very least, so I'd love to smell it. They happened to reach out, sent me this bottle, and I would agree. What I would call this fragrance is it's fresh, it's mass appealing for sure. It's on the safe side, but the quality is definitely niche quality. And I don't see anything wrong with that. So what does this smell like? What I mainly get out of this up top, citrus. There's a few citrus notes. I know there's bergamot, I know there's grapefruit, I know there's lemon. I get a lot of grapefruit for sure off the top. And along with that, I get a ton of juniper berry. Now, juniper berry can be off-putting to some, but I think it's done well here. It tends to give off this bitter, kind of astringent vibe, but it complements it so well. It's not too strong. Again, this is the Parfum-Cologne. I'm going to get into performance in a second, but because of its concentration, it's not this screaming juniper berry note. And also, I think just because of the blend as well. And there's a little bit of sweetness in there too. I think there's apple and there's even some vanilla in the base, which comes out a little bit later. To be honest, there's a ton of notes apparently in the breakdown of this fragrance, most of which I don't pick up. There's some green notes. There's even some leather there. I think there's some resins in there too. There's definitely vetiver in the heart, which I do get as it dries down. And I also get a little bit of woodiness. I think there's cedar wood in there too. So apparently there's some spices. I don't really get that. So that's basically what it smells like. It's fresh, it's citrusy, it's very aromatic, a little bit woody. And again, it gets a little bit sweet when it dries down. And it's a little green, I will say that. There's also black currant in there, which adds to the sweetness. I don't know if I said that. It's a nice combination of accords. And again, a safe combination of accords. You really can't go wrong with this combo. People are gonna smell it off the test strip at the store. They're gonna like it. And then they're gonna see the price tag but they still might consider buying it anyway. It just smells good. It smells like a great quality, fresh, easy to wear fragrance. You can throw it on warm weather. You can wear this all year round, but obviously these types of fragrances shine when it's warmer out. Now, let's get into the performance of this. Again, Parfum-Cologne. I've never encountered a fragrance like this. So it behaves like both an eau de parfum and an eau de cologne at the same time. What you have is, in terms of projection, the first 30 minutes to an hour, maybe even a little bit beyond that, you can detect it around you. It's going to be light. It's going to be airy. Those citrus notes are going to be flying off your skin, and it will be detectable, especially when there's heat applied. It's going to dry down. It's going to sit closer to the skin, but then it's going to stay on your skin for a while. This stuff lasts on my skin sometimes like up to 12 hours. It's not really detectable all that much, but it's not a super skin scent. It's not like disappearing. In fact, I think I've gone to sleep and woken up and I can still detect it on my hand. These base notes that it has, there's some heaviness. I think that's what helps it stick around a little bit longer. Again, it has the characteristics of both types of concentrations, which I think is really special. And especially for the summertime, this thing is going to last on your skin. And I think it's going to project even better when it's warm. I found that when I wear this as I work out, it's all over the place. And it's a gorgeous scent, especially when it's in the air. But up close, again, you can smell the quality. It's not going to come off synthetic, at least not to my nose. I really enjoy this stuff. That is what it smells like. That is what it performs like. Now, in terms of the value of this, again, I don't have a whole lot of experience, if any, with Roja de fragrances. Now, I've looked up the pricing and I've seen quite a range. I've seen a bottle of this for as low as, about $290 and then as high as over 400. Now, do you have to go out and spend that much money to smell like this? No, you don't. There's a ton of great designer fragrances that are in this realm that I would wear that do the job just fine. John Varvatos Artisan Aqua, beautiful fragrance, kind of in the same vein. Even you can go more mainstream if you want to do Bleu de Chanel. There's others out there, but if you're looking for something higher quality and even something a little bit more, it has a uniqueness to it in terms of the scent. If you're looking for something different, something higher quality, and you have the money, you want to check it out, I recommend at least checking it out, at least sampling it. So in sum, I will say I really enjoy this fragrance. I'm really glad that I have it. I'm gonna have this for a long time. I don't recommend you just go out and drop money on it. I don't recommend you blind buy it, because I don't think any fragrance of this price bracket is worth blind buying. But I do recommend you go check it out for yourself and see what you think. If you've smelled this fragrance, let me know down in the comments what you think. Now, it's been a long time since I've rated a fragrance. I found that I don't really like to do that anymore, but I hope that my review has just kind of told you what I feel about it. I like it a lot. It's not my favorite of all time, but I really, really enjoy it, and I will be wearing it more and more. So that's what I have to say about Roja Dove's Elysium. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Peace. See you guys in the next one.